In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how your seller lead script landing page works. This video applies for both your internal landing page as well as your client-facing landing page, with just a few differences that I'll explain along the way. We'll go to Web Tools from our dashboard and we'll click on landing pages. You'll see number 1, seller lead script, as well as number 4, seller lead client-facing form. You'll click on this button here in order to grab the domain link, and then we'll open this in a new tab. If you're having a third party fill this out, this is the link you are going to give them to access this script. If you are going to fill this out, then you're going to want to have this link bookmarked on your browser or on your homepage, your desktop, on your phone, an easy place for you to access it. We have provided you with the script that we use, and for the purposes of this video, I have already completed all the fields on this landing page. You'll notice a couple different things here that are important. As far as email address goes, in the event that somebody doesn't want to provide an email address, our suggestion is that you enter the email address as first name, last name @noemail.com. That way it limits the amount of duplicate email addresses that could be created. Additionally, when you enter this information in the address fields, this is going to populate in your property pipeline with an REI Black Book. You'll see that it's a mix of drop-down fields as well as free text fields. So the drop-down fields have the ability to have conditional workflows associated with them, which means that they're going to tag the contact record a particular way, and it's going to alert you if it's a hot lead or a warm lead. So a couple questions here. Are there any other properties you're interested in selling? This is a yes or no. That way you can prioritize this lead if they have multiple properties. And it also allows you to continue having the conversation with them if this lead does not work out for this property. Does the house need any repairs? Although this seems like it's a yes or no question, many times seller leads will give you a whole long list of the repairs that are needed, or they'll give you a story much more than just a yes or no answer. So that's why we left it open. We ask how old the AC unit and the roof are. These are two questions that are incredibly relevant in Arizona and in the Southwest. If these are not relevant for your market, let us know and we can take these out or update them with questions that are relevant specific to your market. Does the house have any upgrades? Again, this is a free text field. And then, do you live in the property or is it rented? This is a question where we actually give 3 different options for the answer, but we only ask if it's an owner occupied or if it's rented, because if you ask a seller lead that you've never talked to before if the property is vacant, we've had a lot of resistance for them giving us that information. Whereas if we're casual about, hey, is this your primary residence or does someone else live in it, they're much more open to say, oh no, it's been vacant, or nobody's living there right now. We also gather information about the rent, if they have an asking price in mind, why they're interested in selling the house, and if they're in any time crunch to sell the property. This is a drop down because this is going to tag the seller lead as either a hot lead, which is called a green lead, or a warm lead, which is called a yellow lead. If yes, can you expand on that for me? This is a drop down and it allows you to be able to segment your database easier than if every person that comes in has a free text field of why they're looking to sell quickly. However, we also understand that there are instances outside of the drop down that we have created, and so that's why we allow for a free text field here. We provide you with a closing statement, and then if you're having a third party fill this out, this is where they can write in any note that may be valuable for you to have. and then is this lead requesting to be opted out? Sometimes the leads are going to call in and they're not going to have any interest in giving you information on their property and they're just calling to be opted out. You can still open this same landing page and just scroll to the bottom and click yes if they are requesting to be opted out. At this point, go ahead and click submit, and you'll receive a pop-up that shows you that the information was transferred successfully over to REI Blackbook. When we go back over to REI Blackbook and we go back to our dashboard, we'll be able to see that a new web form was submitted today. You can click on this arrow and you can click on Risha Testing 9. And from here you're going to see all the information that's in her contact record. You'll see all the information that came back from the web form. You'll see that this property was added to the property pipeline. And you'll see the different tasks that were created. Up at the top is where the contact info is for this person. And then also on the right hand side is the contact info. You'll also notice on the right side that there are tags that are associated with this contact. This is a green lead. That means it's a hot lead. We want to check into it right away. And then also you see the motivation and the type of property that is being sold. Here's the property again, some notes, and then the tasks that are due. In general, when we're working on the tasks that are due, we're going to go straight to our task list. So from our dashboard, you'll be able to click on View Task List, and here you'll be able to see that we need to evaluate the lead and comp the property, and if we notice that it's listed, call the seller and explain our buying model. We include this task here because when we look up the property, if we notice that the property is listed, the chance of them selling at a deep enough discount is less likely than if it's not listed. So we want to make sure we're efficient with our time. So we call them, we let them know that we buy at a discount or we buy on terms. And if they're open to receiving their payments over the course of a period of time rather than in one lump sum, or if they're open to the discounted cash price, then we can go on and evaluate the property itself. If they're not interested in it, at that point, then we can just mark the tasks complete and we can move on to the next lead. So we'll go ahead and click on that. Additionally, part of the workflow for when a new seller lead comes in is an autoresponder that goes out to them via email. To find out about your email templates, you're going to click on your name up in the top right corner and you're going to click on System Settings. On the left hand side, you'll be able to see email templates. And then you'll see any of the email templates that have a star in the beginning of their name are ones that we have created on your behalf. We will send all of these emails to you within the next 24 hours so that you have the ability to review them for the content. Make sure you agree with the content that's being sent out. And if you'd like us to make any changes, we're happy to do so. At this point, we've gone over the workflow and the landing page for your seller lead script. From your dashboard, the one other thing that I want to mention when it comes to your seller lead script is that the client-facing web form is going to trigger all the same workflow. It's just going to look a little bit different. So we'll go over to landing pages and I'll open up the seller lead script that's client facing. So you'll notice that the actual script is not a part of this, and the verbiage for the questions are a little bit different so that they're friendlier for the user filling it out. Otherwise, the same workflow is triggered, the same things happen in the background, and you are ready to go with your seller lead scripts.